Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
I'm Crystal.
I'm David.
How can I help you today?
I am really sad. Really sad. I feel like I am out of the loop of life. And I feel like I can't connect with anybody.
Why do you say that? Or what has brought this about?
Because I see all of my friends really open and connecting. And they really have good relationships. And I feel like I'm the only one that doesn't.
But you have these friends with relationships, so what do you mean by that?
Not necessarily romantic relationships, just relationships in general. They are really close.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they're really close, and I feel like they're not close with me, and I can't understand why. I feel like I'm really open.
You feel like you're really open to being good friends, but
Mm-hmm.
you just don't feel that you're getting what's missing?
The being able to completely share my life with somebody.
So you're kind of closed off, would you say?
Yeah.
Why are you guarded?
That's why I come to you.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, I feel like a lot has happened in my life. And so, my dad isn't very open, and I can't go to him.
Okay.
So I feel like that's causing a lot of it.
So you would say, is your concern more with your dad or with your friends?
Well, it's both.
Both?
Yeah, it's pretty widespread.
Which one would you want to work on first? What's more important to you?
Family.
Family, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you live by your dad?
I used to. I used to live with my dad until a couple of years ago. Okay. And so now he lives in San Diego, so it's a couple hours away. I still see him maybe at least once a month, if not twice a month.
Okay. Do you guys talk on the phone?
Not really, no.
No, texting?
No.
No. Do you think you could try more?
Yeah, we definitely do. I mean, we do a little bit, but it's really hard because he's not in a good place. And so I feel like if I were to go to him, the reaction that I'm going to get is not going to be what I want.
So you feel like you go to your dad, you're going to get a negative reaction?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
And it's going to push it because he's very negative.
Have you tried this before and got a negative reaction?
To talk to him? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I try to be as open as I can with feelings and with emotions.
Was it maybe a sore subject that you brought up to him?
For him, yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, it seems like a lot is sore, not just one specific subject. It wasn't a specific subject, but.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about siblings?
I have a sister, yeah.
Okay. And
she lives with them. And she has a family there as well. And so, it seems like they work out fine, but it's more of like accepting what it is.
And what do you mean by that, accepting what it is?
Like, just, because I feel like I'm not quite accepting that he's just sad.
So, is this more about you feeling sad, or you're concerned about your dad feeling sad?
Well, I feel like I am concerned about him. Like, there's no question that I'm not concerned about him. But at the same time, like, I'm in a way selfish because I can't go to him because of how I think he feels.
Do you think that's you being selfish, or you think that's kind of him being selfish?
It could be both, I would say.
I don't think that's being selfish, that you want to go and talk to your dad and have an open relationship.
Okay.
So, why?
Why what?
Why do you feel that he will come off that way to you?
Because that's how he always is. And the last incident that I had with him, it was more like it was very, like, I'm sorry, not very, but it was angry. right? It became like this angry thing where I was like not trying to bring that out of him, but it came out of him, and then it just kind of stopped, and then we didn't talk about it.
Okay, so there was maybe
Miscommunication. No, absolutely, yeah. And I'm not trying to say I'm the perfect communicator because it's
Do you
impossible.
think maybe your approach could be different? Would you be willing to try again to?
Absolutely.
Okay. What kind of a person is your dad?
Nice. He's very straightforward, precise, organized, and like enclosed.
Closed off.
Yeah.
So a little bit like you, wouldn't you say?
Well, I would say I'm more like him, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so maybe the approach could be different. You can just be like, hey dad, can I talk to you for a minute? So like he could switch his mindset and maybe not be defensive.
Defensive, yeah, that's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Would you be willing to try an exercise with him?
Absolutely.
I mean, your own, you don't have to let him know what you're doing, but
right.
just your approach.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, absolutely. Because that's what I've been thinking about a lot is how that approach was and how I could do it better. Because that was really like the first approach of me realizing I need to talk with him. Right? And so practice makes perfect,
So
I guess.
was this long ago?
I would say a couple weeks ago, maybe no more than a month.
Have you tried to talk to him before that? Or is that really your only attempt to have an open communication?
Yeah, that was pretty much where the first time that I felt comfortable enough to try to talk to him, right? And so, because for a long time I didn't open up to him, right? For years and years and years, because he didn't treat my mom very well. So, but it was once she passed, it was different. Right, because I saw the love that he had for her.
Right.
Where before I never saw it.
You didn't know.
Nope, didn't understand it, like what they had. And so then it was different, but I feel like he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't open up. Not trying to say he doesn't want to, I'm sure he does, but it's hard.
Maybe he's waiting to, maybe someone to approach him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be a tough situation for him. He's dealing with that, a loss, I'm sure, as you are.
Yeah.
And your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, maybe the approach, I would say, would have to be different on your part if you want a different result.
Absolutely, yeah. How do you think that approach would look like?
It depends. Like I said, I would really just kind of be like, hey dad, you want to talk? Or maybe even invite him out. You want to grab a bite to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Something where it's comfortable, where he doesn't feel cornered in a sense. Maybe that's what sets him
off. Wow.
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I know. I totally see that. I'm like, this is something I'm thinking about a lot. And so, because of that, I constantly want to revise the approach and see and kind of look back and see that last interaction, because it didn't necessarily go well, in my opinion. And so, I think that's my next step.
Okay.
And I think that will help with a lot of other things too. I feel like it's affecting me a lot.
As far as friendships go, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What about your friendships? What could we start with that? What would you like to see change?
That's a good question. I don't exactly know. I feel like I want to be able to open up better and communicate better, actually.
Communicate better?
Yeah.
What would you want to communicate that you don't now already?
That I care for like them and their feelings.
Do you feel that they maybe think you don't? Is that why you say that? They're kind of...
I feel like that's very like subconscious. Like it's not like, cause I understand like relationships and being there for somebody when they need it. but subconsciously it feels weird. You know, I feel like I'm not opening up enough. Yeah, because I see like these great relationships flowering and blooming from people, and it's like I don't see that happening with myself.
Is it trust for you?
Yeah, I feel like it. Maybe it's like I don't necessarily believe in myself 100%.
What do you mean when you say you don't believe in yourself 100%?
I would say, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Maybe like, I don't trust that I don't feel like I trust that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say you don't feel like you trust that. Is it them or maybe you're within yourself? Like a trust. That maybe you haven't.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels like that. More, I mean, I'm not trying to say they're to blame at all, because I know that that's not the case.
Okay.
I feel like I try to fit things into place too much, and I don't just like let it be.
Okay. So would you like things to be more go with the flow, feel that you can just be more, maybe a little more careless?
Yeah.
Okay, because when you're saying you want things in their place, it's kind of restricting to people because they maybe not necessarily see things in your way or want to do things in your way, so that could hinder friendships.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That might be what's happening.
So control, you want less control.
Yeah.
Something to work on.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, how long has it been?
It's been like 2 minutes.
No, it hasn't.
It's been like
12, almost 13 minutes.
Okay. Where did we leave off? I don't even remember.
So you're feeling that you want less control to maybe go with the flow more about
Absolutely, yeah. Not really care so much about like super fine detail,
Okay.
and not trying to fit everything to patterns.
Can you give me an example of when you did something like that maybe put someone off?
Okay. Yeah. So on my last art piece that I was doing, it was a collaboration with somebody.
Okay.
And so trying to like fit the mold of what I wanted it to look like and not just letting it be
Right.
kind of put him off. We still finished the project, but we didn't feel as prideful about it. Right? I mean, at least I could see it in his tone. Right? It was just different from when we started to what it ended at. His tone and his emotions on his face.
So you think it could have been better?
Yeah, I feel like I could have just gone with the flow way more, and just let it kind of be and not have such high expectations.
Okay. I like that you say that. I think for most things we just shouldn't have too high of expectations because then we just end up being disappointed.
Right.
So it's better to just kind of let the chips fall.
Mhm. Okay.
I'm sure you've heard that expression before.
A little bit, yeah. That's cool. I like it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what steps would you like to take?
I don't know. I think that's hard for me to see the path, to be able to like know, because I feel like it's been a really long time. I had a really good friend who that I was in a band with, so it's just kind of like the opposite. So I had a really good friend, and I was in a band with him for years, and his expectations of what he wanted me to be were so high that I could never hit them. right. I could just never hit his expectations, and that made me not like believe in myself very much. Yeah, so I couldn't hit ridiculously high expectations, and that made me not trust myself because of what he thought about me.
Oh.
Because I thought he was my best friend for a long time.
I see.
Yeah, but now I don't talk to him.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because he's busy. He has a child, and he's very like negative. So I don't like to be there.
Okay, but it wasn't because of this.
Well, it's been a long time. And so no, and we've talked about it a lot, cause like he's going through a lot with like the baby mama and stuff like that, and so I had to tell him how I felt, cause for so long I never did,
Right.
and even though I didn't receive the reaction that I wanted.
Which we never do.
Right, and that's just me trying to control it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so but I was okay with that. I knew like I wasn't gonna get it. And now it's just like to do that with my dad, it's like much harder, I feel like. You know?
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But like you said, you want that relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
It's very important in his family.
Absolutely.
I would definitely approach it differently.
Mm-hmm. How would you approach it?
Like I said, with some tact.
Okay.
Since you said he's direct, straight to the point. So I would just set him aside. Hey, Dad, would you mind having a word with me? Let's talk. Or want to go grab a bite?
Yeah.
Something to set a comfort, like a tone. Not so much attack.
Yeah.
Because he seems guarded.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so, yeah. Thank you. That helps a lot. Alright. I'm done.
Okay. That's all.
Let's upload it to my computer.
Okay.